A very good evening. The show is called The Burning Question and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva with you all through the day today. You've seen the Prime Minister setting the tone and tenor when it comes to these big elections of 2019. Where is the opposition? Is the opposition already on back foot? He had three important rallies today. He travelled from Meerut to Rudrapur and then finally in Jammu. We put out the burning questions that we'll take in with our entire panel of guests as we try to understand who really today has an upper hand when it comes to the 2019 elections. Has the Prime Minister put the focus on nationalism? Has nationalism then become the centerpiece of these elections? And where is the opposition? Is the opposition then looking already cornered? This gets us to our second question that we'll just fire on our screens. Saboot versus Sapoot. The anti-India gang, is it also today on back foot? A lot of people remember post the surgical strikes, post the airstrikes, said Saboot dikhaiye. Because we do not trust the government, we do not trust our forces. The Prime Minister today has a word of advice for all of them. The third and the final burning question, by naming the pro-Pakistan gang, has the Prime Minister set the tone then for 2019? He, remember, was speaking in Jammu, where he has attacked the National Conference, the Congress Party, the PDP. And he said it's only because of all these parties who have been consistently advocating for Pakistan that you're looking at the situation not improving. So where will the opposition stand post all these very sharp attacks that have come in from the Prime Minister? In case you're wondering what we are talking about, we quickly put out the best of the attack by the Prime Minister first and then we debate.
प्यारे देशवासियों, मैं 130 करोड़ देशवासियों से पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या हमें सबूत चाहिए कि हमें सपूत चाहिए? मेरे देश के सपूत, यही मेरे देश का सबसे बड़ा सबूत है। जो सबूत मांगते हैं, वो सपूत को ललकारते हैं। आतंकी हमले में, नक्सली हमलों में हमारे जवान शहीद होते रहे, उनकी सरकार फैसले को टालती रही। आज जब भारत अपना सामर्थ्य बढ़ा रहा है, अपनी ताकत बढ़ा रहा है, अंतरिक्ष में चौकीदारी करने में समर्थ हो रहा है, तो इनके पेट में दर्द हो रहा है। हमारे वैज्ञानिक अंतरिक्ष में सैटेलाइट को मार गिराने की परीक्षण की मांग कर रहे थे, उनकी सरकार ने ये फैसला भी टाल दिया।
And do remember, viewers, we are just about 2 weeks away from the first phase of polling. April the 11th. What has the Prime Minister done today? Has he actually shown the opposition the mirror? Has he set the tone when it comes to these elections? We say good evening to our entire panel of guests that joins us. Sardar R.P. Singh, National Secretary of the BJP. Deshratan Nigam is a political analyst and advocate of the Supreme Court. Professor D.K. Giri Saab is a political commentator. B.D. Naqvi, member of the BSP and retired judge, is also joining us. And a big thank you also to Pradeep Bhandari. You see him travelling because he's been getting our special broadcasts also for Republic Bharat, but he's been travelling on the ground, so he'll tell us what is the mood of the nation. But Pradeep, I will not let you speak today first, and I want to take the first question to B.D. Naqvi Saab. Naqvi Saab, आपको सबूत चाहिए या सपूत चाहिए?
You know, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, is trying to camouflage his failure in the country. He has failed on all fronts. He has failed on the front of employment. He has failed on the front of Kisan. So he is always talking about the military and the achievements, whatever has happened. You know, I would not like to comment on the Balakot and something like that.
But should we not be proud of our forces?
Today he called Sarab.
Why should we not be proud of our forces? We'll talk about farmers, we'll talk about employment, we'll talk about jobs, sir. We'll talk about everything.
Yes.
We'll talk about everything. Let's go point by point. When the Prime Minister says कि देश में एक सबूत गैंग है, तो आप भी क्या उस सबूत गैंग का हिस्सा है? You do not believe the surgical strikes, you do not believe the air strikes, you do not believe our forces. Why?
You know, I'm not the part of that gang, whatever you are calling a gang, but people are asking for the
So you're with
proof
the
of what's
forces.
wrong in it. If you have achieved something, show to the people. Mere pilling words is not enough. He has failed on all fronts. Let us not talk about the foreign policy.
So you make your stand
the
very
achievement of
clear.
the
You make your
military.
stand
Let
very
us
clear.
not
I
talk
want
about
Sardar
that.
RP Singh
It's
to
an
get in
election
here.
matter.
BD Naqvi Saab, you make it very clear कि हमें सबूत ही चाहिए. And I think
Yes.
that is the reason why RP Singh, when you have the Prime Minister today saying it is Saboot versus Sapoot, Damdar versus Dagdar, is it again and again all about Modi then in 2019?
No, it's very clear that when they ask for evidence of surgical strike, when they ask how many people were killed for surgical strike, or for the air strike, when they ask whether the Air Force really struck the terrorist or not, then they go further narrative saying that some trees fell down, 1 crore died. Then they say their leaders, Mr. Saboot, the advisor to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, says, the foreign media is saying so, and they are saying that there was there's no hamper or nothing happened on the ground. And then he is apologetic also about it. He said in 2611 we had the option, then we never took the option. And then that was also confirmed Mr. Fali Major, then Air Force Chief.
Okay.
So this clearly shows that they are a complete gang which doesn't believe in the valor of the forces and the will of the government.
Mahamilawat, BD Naqvi Saab, is what the Prime Minister has called all of you. I want to get DK Giri and Deshratan Nigam
not
now,
at
and then
all.
we'll get in Pradeep. DK Giri Saab, क्या चाहिए? आपको सबूत चाहिए या सपूत चाहिए? I don't think it's a very difficult question.
It is not. It is not at all. And the answer also is very simple. We want both. We want both because we want to also call the bluff of the people. I'm not talking of surgical strike, mind you. I'm not talking of surgical strike. If you give me time, I have 7 points, but I'll mention 2 points. I have evidence here, verifiable evidence, which says that according to these parameters, we have the worst government in last 70 years in our country. Do you want to hear the evidence? Verifiable evidence, which you can Google and see it yourself.
Then what DK Giri Saab should do is actually contest elections. He should actually contest elections. He should collect.
To robust 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Singh Saab.
5 to robust 5.
And Singh Saab, then perhaps he should pass those points to the opposition. Because the opposition today, I'm not sure whether it even has an agenda.
Let me give you only two.
Proper
Mr. RP Singh, hold your breath. Let me give you 2 evidence. And I dare you to contradict me. I give you 2.
Very quickly, DK Giri.
One
to robust 5.
Pakistan,
No,
India,
5 to robust 5.
you are targeting the wrong. You are making wrong targets. Your main target is China. You are pounding.
Now come on, I think.
Secondly, in last 5 years, maximum soldiers have martyred in this country.
What is
in last 70 years.
US done
I have the
today?
statistics.
What has
So
the
you don't
US
have the
done
figures.
today? What
You are
France has
bluffing.
done? Is that not part of the diplomacy of India?
Is
That
bluffing.
government
In the last
like
5
US
years,
and
maximum
France has taken
soldiers
serious
have been
stand
martyred
for India,
compared to last 70 years of
against
country.
terrorism. When did it happen earlier?
You counter this evidence. I challenge you. You are talking of soldiers.
Sir,
we have martyred
telling
maximum
you,
soldiers.
you tell
in last
me
5 years
whether
in the
India
entire
was
history of our
among the
country.
fragile 500
The defense
and whether
documents
it was the
have been
highest
stolen
robust
for the
economy or
first time in our
or
country.
India took
You know,
the
for the first time, the Supreme Court judges went to public to say democracy is in danger.
We did
What are you saying?
or not.
This government is the worst government in last 70 years.
Sir,
I rest my charge. I rest my case. That's all.
1 second, because RP Singh Saab, because he's spoken to China, he should know about China.
You are trying to deflect the issue.
Not deflect the issue.
One second.
You are master bluffer.
1 second, only. DK Giri Saab, RP Singh, only if we talk point by point, I think our viewers get a better sense of what we are actually saying. No, 1 second.
Went for a chopping party with Chinese.
No.
When was Prime Minister Rahul Gandhi?
RP Singh, DK Giri, gentlemen, 1 second. I quickly want to get in Deshratan Nigam and then Pradeep also. Deshratan Nigam, is the current government bluffing? When it comes to data, when it comes to job, the opposition says you don't want to talk about it, so you'll get a larger picture of nationalism.
See, I'm very, very clear. The data from the CII, NESCOM, speak very positively about the economic situation and the employment generation. These are neutral agencies, not controlled by the government. Forget about what the government is saying. 14.9 million jobs per year, CII says, have been created. NASSCOM says about 78 lakh jobs have been created only in the IT industry. So therefore, jobs are being created. I can give you data after data, but let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
When yesterday, that Operation Shakti took place, was it targeted towards Pakistan or China? China has the capacity, so we have that equivalent capacity. Please understand.
Nobody.
Because you
It was simply a
mentioned
scientific achievement.
now,
sir, you should be willing to listen to the criticism.
The government data, NSA data says.
Now let me.
You don't believe any data.
Sir, you don't want to believe anything. Let me add few more things.
I think it's only become very fashionable that we question everything. You'll question the CBI, you'll question the Supreme Court, you will question the investigative agencies. Everything is political vendetta.
We are stating the facts.
But one
CBI
second.
versus CBI.
This is the debate that is happening in studios. I quickly want to take it to Pradeep. No, then because
So
you're talking about China, before I take it to Pradeep, because Deshata Nigam Sahab actually mentioned about the ASAT development that we just was talking about yesterday, Pradeep. What did Mamata Banerjee say? क्या हुआ है? एक satellite ही तो गिराया है. What do you do like that, DK Giri Sahab? Our forces, our scientists, our institutions, who is responsible for doing this? For vitiating the atmosphere like that?
You are a journalist, I am a professor. You are quoting people, I am quoting figures. That is the difference.
For which figures? Everyone these days have their own set of figures.
I am a professor, I am quoting figures. We will have a debate, Desranjan ji.
Pradeep.
We will have a debate, Desranjan ji,
Pradeep wants
on
to come in.
figures.
Pradeep.
Yes. And if I tell you something about China, you will hang your head in sand.
Let's give an opportunity to Pradeep.
Can I please come in?
One second.
No, I am not.
I want Pradeep to come in. DK Giri Sahab, Pradeep has been waiting. He needs to go and record his own show also here.
Yes.
Pradeep, you've been speaking to a lot of people. Tell me more. What are the core issues today? Has Narendra Modi actually set the tone and tenor when it comes to 2019 elections, and where is the opposition?
I'll answer Pradeep. He said, yes, the whole country is singing Modi. That's what he will say.
Deepti, as of now, what I can tell you,
That
at
is
least
not fair.
in Uttar Pradesh, right now, that
Pradeep, so
Narendra
that's
Modi
why
from setting. Yeah, DK Giri, if you don't want to speak, then you go ahead and speak. Yeah, let me speak for 20 seconds. Yeah, you just sit in the studios and blabber the same thing every program. Let me make my point and then you make it. Let me make my point and you make it. Yeah, I'm respecting you. You might be a professor in Delhi. Let me make my point from the ground. Enough is it, yaar. I'm speaking from 20-30 seconds, DK Giri. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you, Deepti, is that on the ground, if you come in Meerut, now Meerut is a constituency where the BJP is suffering from a candidate anti-incumbency, but Narendra Modi has set a tone which is very nationalist in nature. Now, this is a constituency which is traditionally considered to be a stronghold of the Gathbandhan, but here also the BJP is giving a good fight. So I see that if this election becomes nationalist and patriotic and about Narendra Modi, then definitely the Bharatiya Janata Party will have a very strong edge. The only thing which is with respect to the opposition, apart from the caste which they are rallying on, there is no other issue which is going in their favor, because if that was the case, then there would be parties which would come together and bring a broad narrative. But there is no broad narrative from the opposition apart from the assumption that the vote shares of those parties will add up. From the narrative point of view, it is Narendra Modi who is leading it. And if you don't believe, call DK Giri. I will give him a ticket to come to Meerut right now. So sitting in Delhi studios, Mr. Giri, you can quote things, but when you come on the ground, then you will know. Come to Meerut, you will see. Meerut is a constituency which is generally a Gathbandhan constituency. But here also, you would have the out of 10, the 5 people giving in favor of the BJP.
I have grown up in a village in a tribal hamlet. Don't tell me about the ground. Don't tell me the ground. I carry my village in my blood.
There are no Meerut is not a tribal constituency. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. There is no tribal thing in BJP. Come on, yaar. What are you saying? What are you saying? You don't even have basic common sense of Uttar Pradesh. You don't have basic common sense of Uttar Pradesh. Where does tribal come in Uttar Pradesh? Where does tribal come in Uttar Pradesh, Meerut? What is Meerut coming? I'm talking about SC. What crap are you talking about? What crap are you talking about? In Meerut, you have 5 lakh Muslims. In Meerut, you have 5 lakh Muslims. You have
only
3.5
one
lakh
sentence to say.
SCs. You have 3.5 lakh SCs, 5 lakh
I
Muslims.
heard Pradeep
Now
in the other
traditionally,
channel,
won't this be considered a
Mr.
strong
Singh,
ball
I
of
heard him in the
Gadbandhan?
channel, he
What,
said
what,
that
you don't know anything, yeah. You just don't know anything, Mr. Giri. Mr. Giri, honestly, you don't know anything. This is a dominated, Jat-dominated area, which has Backfoot at its center, which has Muzaffarnagar at its top, which has Saranpur near it.
All out frontal attack on DK Giri, but I quickly then want to get in. Nabidi Naqvi is being patiently listening into the conversation. 1 second, because he's also a member of the BSP. I want to ask him one question. Naqvi Saab, there is a reason why the Congress party was not a party that you wanted to do business with. Today, tell me one fulcrum which gets the entire opposition together. Tell me one issue, tell me one face, sir. Because the Prime Minister wants to know कि हम तो चौकीदार हैं. चौकीदार के खिलाफ कौन है नकवी साहब?
Fulcrum is only one, I'll let you know. It's the Bhrashtachar they have done, the corruption they have done, that's the only fulcrum. They want to safeguard their interests because of the corruption they have done.
Okay.
And then what you talk about? BSP's, Mayawati's Ardali has been corporate some 200 crore rupees.
We can't hear BD Naqvi. We can't hear BD Naqvi right now.
SP and BSP are able to defeat BJP, you know, in Kirana, in Phulpur, and in Gorakhpur.
Who's your enemy?
Defeated
Who is
BJP
your enemy today? I want to know. Is it
so
the
we
Congress
didn't
party?
need Congress
Is it the
support.
BJP? What are you people planning?
Yes, no, BJP is our enemy. We have to defeat BJP. Definitely, it's a Gadbandhan of the backward card, the Dalit cards, and the weaker section of our society, you know. The BJP supported the industrialist corporate world. You know, what has happened?
Naqvi साहब, प्रधानमंत्री मायावती जी को बनाना है राहुल गांधी को,
You
ये तो
know,
क्या करना
it
पहले?
will be decided after the election. Why you are bothered about that? What Mayawati will do, she will decide after the election.
You don't have a prime minister face.
Yes, after the election it will be decided. Mayawati is supporting Madhya Pradesh government.
Sir, do you have agenda? Do you have
Yes,
agenda?
in MP,
Except
BSP
safeguarding
is supporting
your skin.
Congress.
Do you have any agenda other than safeguarding your skin?
What?
And the Prime Minister also has said कि हिसाब होगा, सबका हिसाब होगा. And this is just, ladies and gentlemen, day one.
Yes.
Day one,
Of
3
course,
rallies, and this is just the beginning.
He's also be
150
accountable to the
rallies.
nation.
The
He
Modi
is a failed
campaign is
Prime
the
Minister
hashtag
so far.
Naqvi Saab. I do
In the
not know
last
whether a
5 years,
Behenji
he has
might
failed on
even
all
then be
fronts.
willing to do
On the
business with
economic
our
front,
piecing, and you might actually
the
be, you know,
foreign front.
sharing the space here together. That is the problem with a Behenji who does not forget even what happened with her as far as the guest house incident is
This
concerned.
year,
For the moment, Sardar R.P. Singh, Deshratna Nigam, Professor
it has
D.K.
been
Giri,
the
BD
minimum
Naqvi and
investment,
Pradeep.
foreign
Thank you so
investment.
much, viewers. As always, Republic, your one-stop destination this election season. Every breaking update, every controversy you will hear first here on Republic. Back on the other side with lots more.